Hi everyone, my name is Alina Reis and today I'm going to talk about a few questions which are the most asked questions in an interview. Now you must be wondering, why am I taking up this concept and why am I making a video on this topic? I have mainly two reasons for doing that. First reason is that this question is a lot asked by my subscribers on my channel, and there is a great thing that I would want to disclose to you. There hasn't been one single interview in my entire life which I have not cleared. And the only one, I remember one of those which I could not clear, but that was not really an interview. It was a written test, and after clearing the written test, I was supposed to have an interview, which of course I could not clear the written test, and because of which my interview never happened. So that is one single instance that I remember that I could not really get the job. Another reason being that I read a very nice book. I'll show you the book also. This is the book, okay? Maybe I'll give you a few snippets of the book later on. I was actually going through this book. This is about career and your personality development and how to crack interview and stuff like that. Actually, it's been really a while that I actually did job, so I thought that it would be nice if I could go back and revisit my foundation and see how things are working nowadays. This book has been written by somebody who has been a recruiter for almost a decade. The first question that I would be covering with you today is, tell me about yourself. That is the first and the most basic question everybody asks you in an interview, right? The second question that I will be taking up is, tell me about your strengths and weaknesses. And third question would be, why did you choose our organization to work for? Why are you here for the interview? So I'm going to answer to these three questions in a very genuine fashion, the way I would have answered had somebody asked me these questions. So let's start with the first question, which says, tell me about yourself. The first thing that I would do if somebody asks me that question is that I would smile. I will very warmly smile. I'll make them feel at home, although I am at their place and they are not really at my place taking my interview. But a smile, a warm posture, a warm demeanor is extremely important when you are sitting through an interview, okay? The other person who's talking to you should feel friendly vibes from you. You've got to understand a couple of things here. First of all, you have to understand what they really want to hear from you, okay? They don't want to know the history of your life. So you want to be focused on the points that they want to hear from you. Secondly, what they want to know from you. There are going to be a couple of things that they would actually want to find out about you while they're talking to you and taking your interview. And the third thing that you have to be very careful about is a little bit of preparation. I will let you know what preparation to do. To start with, I think the best kind of preparation would be to find out a little about the company. I have always practiced that, and it has really helped me, because while you are praising the people, their company, it really comes handy. What I used to do was, when I used to go for an interview and probably I'm sitting in the cab, I would just open Google and research a little about that company, find out a few facts, a little bit of trivia here and there, and that is what I would make sure that I have to quote to them. So first thing I mentioned was, you have to warmly smile to them. After that, what you have to start with is, tell them where you grew up. That would be the first thing. Tell them about your school, okay? And especially if you come from a good school, let them know that it is a very good school. That is something I used to always do. I am from Loreto. Have you heard of this name? Something like this, I would ask them. There are several branches of the school, and some of them are even outside India, and one in the city of Darjeeling is the best one. I thought you might have heard of the school. Anyway, no problem. So I will then quickly hop on to telling them a little about my family. You've got to make sure that you talk about your family a little. I hope most of you have something nice to say about your family. Like, I would always tell them that both my parents are teachers and they are professors, and what subjects they teach. Because when somebody is loyal to their family, there is a good chance that they would be loyal to the company also. They want to see that element of loyalty in you, which would be proved when you would talk nice things about your family. But do not go on and on and on about it to the extent where it starts to bother them that you're wasting their time. Talk about your siblings, what are they doing, where they are, and then finally a little about yourself, like what were your hobbies. I love shooting videos, something like that I would mention. Then maybe I would mention that I am a fan of numbers. So that is where the question about tell me about yourself would end. Move to the next question, which talks about the strengths and weaknesses. If they ask you, tell us about your strengths and weaknesses. If I were to talk about my strengths, I would say that I would repeat that I'm good with numbers. I must say that proves my flair for numbers, of course, because CAs are supposed to be good in numbers. Then apart from that, I would mention that maybe I would say that, you know, I love surfing the internet and I love learning new skills. Okay, maybe you can talk about being good at analysis. You're very good with analytics. So something like those things can be mentioned here. You will have to answer with your own strengths. You could not be copying my strengths, right? Then if I have to mention a weakness, maybe I would say that, you know, I'm a slow learner. I learn slowly. It takes me a little while to understand things. But once I get a little hang of the things, I improve with time and I quickly pick up after that once I start to get a little bit of hang of the things. So that can be a weakness, but make sure that your strengths are more than your weaknesses. And it would be better if you could be quoting some strengths which are pertinent to the job that you are interviewing for. Okay, it would be much better that way, because then there would be a positive to select you for that particular job. When you were working in your previous company, you were the team lead and the people subordinate to you voted you as the best team player, and maybe you have a few awards from the previous company as the best team player and motivator and something like that. Okay, so you could be quoting these things. There is a good chance that they wouldn't be asking you for certificates to prove those things. Okay, just a secret little tip here. Then let's move to the third one. The third question that I have for you is a very important question. Let me make this clear to you. Why do you want to work for us? Why are you interviewing with us? They, first of all, they want to see, what they really want to see while asking you this question is, have you researched about the company? Have you studied about the company? Another thing that they want to hear is their praise. Okay, they've got to feel nice. Everybody once in a while needs to feel nice about themselves. So here is your opportunity to impress them. So that would be awesome if you can state a few good things about the company, like, you know, ma'am, if I were you, I would say that, ma'am, I happened to read about the company and I was very impressed with the achievements of your CEO. He's such a young guy and he's doing so well in such a short span of time. He has really pushed the company forward, and I really love your products. Your products are awesome and I can so relate with your vision of the company. Something like that. You're super dynamic and so am I, and I think we really have a few things which will be working for the benefit of both of us. And apart from that, you could be mentioning, there is this thing that I would want to quote from the book here. Instead of saying, here the line that I have to read, I really liked it and I marked it to include in the video. Instead of saying, I want to work in your organization because it's one of the best, you can say that your company handles the kind of work I expertise in and I can think of no better guide for my career. So I really like this. Okay, do not sound desperate, guys. You're not supposed to be sounding desperate, because nobody likes a desperate person. Nobody likes that. We all know that. We've all had our failed relationships and we know where we screw up, right? These are all the answers that I would have given had I been interviewing for the job. Okay, I hope you have a few things to pick from this particular video. Make few notes. It will really help you. And apart from that, I would say that all the best, guys. You can always begin afresh. Whenever you open your eyes, it's like a new day. You can start anytime you want. So before I end the video, I would also want to show you the book. The name is Unparalleled Roadmap, Handbook to Get Your Dream Job by Uday Sonthalia. Very good for people who are beginning and at their entry level jobs, because once you appear for some interviews in your life, you have some idea as to what is going to be asked, and you have a several opinion and stuff to help you with, right? But if you're in the entry level and you're still looking for right answers, it can be a good option to start with. You can get a hang of the copy. What I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. Okay, I think that is it. I showed you the work and I helped you with my ideas around these questions. Personally speaking, it was really nice shooting this video because it really got me back to where I had started my career from. I remember the first interview of my life. It was quite nice. It was very entertaining, and needless to mention, I did crack the interview and my boss was super happy about my interview. He really saw a lot of potential in me. It's important to be very honest while you're speaking, and it's important to speak from your heart. This is something that I've been talking like 1000 times already in my 250 videos, I guess. I cannot stress more. I cannot stress as to how much I want you to develop the skill of speaking from your heart, because people are very good at reading it. When I speak from my heart, you appreciate it. You write me comments telling me, ma'am, we like when you speak, right? How do you feel? How do you feel when I speak from my heart? It's important to talk about your weaknesses also. You cannot be perfect. No, none of us are perfect, right? All of us are learners, as I always say. I'm also a learner, you're a learner. You may be a beginner. I'm definitely not a beginner. I am way ahead of where I started from because, of course, my career has been, more than half the decade has passed as a career person now. So of course I've learned a few things, and don't worry, you will also learn them. It's just my little endeavor to help you with your growth. If you like this video, you know what to do. You have to post me a comment and tell me you like the video. Okay, share this video with a few people, your children, your parents, your cousins, your sisters, brothers, friends, anybody. My all good wishes for you, and I really hope you succeed in whatever you do in your life. Whatever help you need from me, I'm here. Just ask, just shoot a question, and I will make sure that I answer with the depth of the honesty of my heart. I will try my best to help you. Okay, I will see you again very soon, and have a nice day. It's about to rain right outside my window. I can see it. I always give you a peek into my window, right? But today, no, I'm not gonna do that. Bye.